गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरु साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः. We are in where are we? In Vivekachudamani, and we have seen what was the last topic. The last topic was aparokshanubhava avashyakta, meaning the requirement of a direct experience. Whatever the teacher may say, whatever the scriptures may say, it is not enough. And this is an instruction to the student, to the seeker, not even to the seeker, that do not know the truth second hand. Know it directly. Aparoksha means indirect. Aparoksha means direct. So when I am seeing you or you are seeing me, is it direct or indirect? Huh?
Direct.
It is indirect. You are seeing through the medium of eyes. You are seeing me through the medium of mind. So yes, if I say that are the eyes seeing directly? Yes, they are seeing directly. If there was a mirror here and I see your reflection in the mirror and I come to know, oh, that is Surendran, then it is indirect, isn't it? So at every level in the matter, you can keep going back and back and back and see that how every knowledge, every perception in the relative is only indirect perception, knowledge. So in this way, tasmat sarva prayatnena bhava bandha vimuktaye. And the conclusion told was, therefore, sarva prayatnena. Sarva prayatna means efforts. What does sarva prayatna mean? Huh? Full efforts. Full effort means how much? Huh? Not how much you can. I never tell students study as much as you can. No, you study. If you want to be the best, then you have to study as much as is required to become the best, to be the best. Not as much as you like or not enough. See? So sarva prayatna means all out effort. This is the example what I gave him only on Saturday. All out effort if the machine is broken down. Suddenly the dollars see, you keep seeing how many dollars are going out. Employees have to be paid. You cannot send them home. Every lost hour, every lost day is money resources out of your account, out of your pocket. Every lost day in ignorance.
Yes.
Every lost day in ignorance. You are postponing the infinite bliss. That is your nature. So for that, so just like I gave him the example, if we have to put all out effort and you do that in work, in order to get the machine functioning, because of all the repercussions they start going through your mind. But in spirituality, theek hai, there is another life. And we take it easy. Or there is tomorrow, we take it easy. No, it has to be an all out effort, do or die. That type of uh, uh, disposition should be there. Sarva prayatnena bhava bandha vimuktaye. Put an all out effort to be free of this bhava bandha, to be free of this samsar, to be free of this bondage, to be free of this relativity, to be free of this phenomena, to be free of this ego, whatever you may call it. Whatever you call it, it's all right. All right. An all out effort. स्वैरेव यत्न कर्तव्यः रोगादाविव पंडितैः. The reason being, स्वैरेव यत्न कर्तव्यः रोगादाविव पंडितैः, because nobody else can take the medicine and your disease will go. You have to take your own medicine. And what does it mean to take your own medicine? Just having a prescription and getting the medicine is not enough. And what else is required? Here it tells. Here, I think in second or third verse. What he says here is, there is, after having taken the medicine, now if someone is having diabetes, you are taking the, what are they called? Pills. You are taking the pills, sugar, diabetic pills, tablets. That is just not enough, because otherwise the dosage will keep increasing. What else you have to do? You have to refrain from all those things which bring about disease in your body, isn't it? After that, if you keep eating fatty foods, if you keep eating sugary foods, if you do not continue to exercise, by grace of God, everything will happen. Nothing is going to happen. So, exactly the same way, after having studied the scriptures, after having studied the scriptures, or here it is told, after having taken the medicine. And what is the medicine? The scriptures, the words of the teacher. After that, you have to refrain. Refrain from what? Just like a person with diabetes has to stop himself from eating all those unwanted, those foods which create the problem. Similarly, a seeker has to stop indulging in the world. That is what is creating the problem in the first place. He has to control his senses, he has to control his mind, he has to control, continue to go to the satsangs, etc., etc., etc. Self-control is very, very necessary. Just wishing that it will happen, nothing is going to happen. By proxy, it is not going to happen. So this brings us to the next topic, reflections on the question. The seeker had asked 7 questions, and the teacher is going to reflect on those 7 questions before answering. Yastvayadya kruta prashno variyan shastra vinmataha sutrapnayo nigudhartho सूतप्रायो निगूढ़ार्थो ज्ञातव्यश्च मुमुक्षुभिः. See how the teacher is replying. What stupid questions you are asking? Not like that. He's saying the questions that you have asked. Yes, yastu ayadya kutah prashnaha. The questions that you have asked is considered as the best by the knowers of scriptures. See? The 7 questions that you asked, they are considered to be the best questions by the scriptures. Now, What is the moment teacher says this way, what will be the confidence level of the student? What will be his availability to the teacher? Oh, I think I come across. He understands that my question is not a foolish one. He's not just brushing me away. He understands what I'm asking. Because this student who has come, he has not just come off the train and come to the satsang. He has been contemplating. And as a result of those contemplations, independent contemplations, he has been studying books, must have gone to other places to listen, then studied the scriptures. Somewhere the roadblock comes. And when the roadblock comes and you can't find answers, you knock many doors, you go to many ashrams, you bang your head at the altar of many temples, but answer does not come. The pain within of remaining in this ignorance, remaining in this misery of bondage of this world. How do I get out? I understand, but it is not enough. And when these doubts, where am I going wrong? I am not able to see it. I understand everything, but still, why it is not clicking? Why is it not happening? Then he has approached the teacher. He has not just read here or read there or checked some books and then some question. This is called, just like some people when they go for Shraddha, when someone has passed away, Kshanik, it's called Shmashan Vairagya. Shmashan Vairagya. If you go to hospital to visit someone who has just passed away, you go and listen to the talk there. Life is ephemeral. There is no point collecting things. We must live life fully. We must not fight. We must not argue. Who knows? I will pass away tomorrow. All wisdom comes out at that time. And the moment they come out of the hospital, forgotten everything. Or the cremation ground, forgotten everything. Because you go to the burial or to the cremation, my God, this is what is going to happen to me. That impact is so, at that moment, it is quite strong. And therefore, it brings out all this wisdom which is already lurking within your bosom.
That's what I think.
But then the love for the world is even more than the burning of the body.
That's why they cry a lot
Yeah.
themselves.
But don't forget the other part. Why you forget that Vairagya? Because your love for the world, the relations and possessions is stronger, more importance is given to that than the truth that is evident in front of you. This is the reason. So here the teacher says the question that you have asked is considered as the best by the knowers of the scriptures. It is to the point, purposeful and worthy of knowing by the seekers of the truth. It is to the point. If a person has fallen into the well, or a person is on fire, house is on fire, and then you are looking, क्या करूं यार? Should I call? Should I call by landline or should I call by mobile? I don't know if that fireman will be having the Vodafone or not, because the Vodafone to Vodafone is free. And then you look outside, chodo phone. At that time, fire is coming from all sides. You look outside the window. Hey, help me, man, help me. You know what happened? I was, cooking something. Fire is all around you. Are you going to give him a story? Or are you going to only scream, save me, help, help? Isn't it? That is to the point. Without any story. Straight call for help. One word, help. I'm burning. He can see that. कहते अच्छा oh, I did not meet you for such a long time, you know. How are you? I hope you are not very busy at the moment, you know. It's called the fire ambulance, fire brigade. I hope you are not busy. By the way, you know, there is fire in my house and I will be burning very soon. So, if you have time, would you please try and come here and douse the fire? If you don't come, it's okay. Will you tell like this on the phone? Some people come. Hello, uncle. Oh, there Swamiji has called. One hello. After that, how are you? Galti, I made a mistake asking how are you. After that, you know, last week I was again admitted to the hospital. And you haven't called me for a month, but you know, every week I've been going to the hospital. This happened, that happened. Whole story. We have to go through that tapasya also. But here the point is the student is asking succinct questions to the point without any ambiguity because he has worked it out in his own independent analysis of the world and come to this conclusion. I don't know the answer to these questions. I thought I knew, but I still find world is real in front of my eyes. I still find I'm still considering myself to be the body, etc., etc., etc. It is purposeful. These are the questions that we must ask masters. See, questions should not be. I told you yesterday, or I don't know where I say what, that Buddha was answering. He was sitting. One person came and asked him a question. There is no God, Buddha? He said, no, there is no God. Went away. Second person came. He said, there is God, Buddha? He said, there is God. This morning, is it? And then Ananda, who was sitting at the back, he said, Buddha, you are confusing people. One person you said no God, another person said there is God. What is the truth? Tell me. What is the problem here? Why did Ananda listen to the questions when they were not his? They went away satisfied. This is our problem. We listen someone, we read somewhere, and suddenly a flurry of thoughts come. I think that is such an important question, you know. That is such a wonderful contemplation, you know. Because flowery words. But has that contemplation come out of the book, or has it come out of your own inner search? This is the difference. We are talking about when we are questioning the masters. You know, something happened to that fellow and he had diabetes. You know, what is the solution, Swamiji? Tell him to go to a doctor. Simple. No, but if I get diabetes, then what should I do? Have you got it yet? No. Is it your direct experience? Is it your condition at the moment? No. Then why are you wasting my time asking that question? Isn't it? So when we are asking questions to a teacher, to a master, it must come from our own reflections at that moment, or over a period of time you have been contemplating on something, and then what comes out will the teacher comes to know that it is a superficial question or it is a deep question, or that question is being asked from sincere reflection. But the moment it's told, but what about the rest of the world, what about people, and they don't want to say it is their problem, and they get out from there. No point. Isn't it? Then we will also give a story. Because he gave a story, reflection, we will also give a story. You come direct, we will give you direct. It's that simple. Mirror makes no mistake. It will only reflect what comes in front of it. See? It is to the point, purposeful, and worthy of knowing by the seekers of truth. Your question, it may be born, these 7 questions that you have asked may be born out of your own assessment of life. And as a result of that contemplation, you have come to some roadblocks and you have approached. But these questions that you are asking, they will benefit the all seekers. Answer may be given to him. Arjuna asked one question to Krishna, isn't it? Giving arguments why he should not fight the war. But, and what is that war? No, I am not in a war. Then what can we do? If you can't even understand that you are at war, someone gave, in a theosophical society, we had given a lecture. Live life on war footings. First question before the lecture, why you are promoting war? What will you tell such a person? Why can't you say live life on love footings? Such stupid duds don't deserve an answer. Living life on war footings is recognizing that you are continuously at war with yourself and the world. Fighting, arguing, discussing, running. Sometimes running towards, sometimes running away. Fighting with your disease, fighting with your relations, fighting with your friends, fighting. Ooh, not one person talks on the train. I don't go on the train, but that's what I hear. Nowadays they talk or no? Nowadays though, smartphone. When I used to go on train, there were no smartphones. There were no mobiles. That big, the brick used to be there, that huge one. That also came in, later, mid 92, 93 it came. But we used to chat, I used to chat, or I'll do my japa. But nowadays nobody, everyone is like, isn't it? So the questions must be asked out of our own inner contemplation and come to and find out where you are stuck in life. No, they say when you see the teacher, you should ask questions. तो उसको busy रखो और खुद you are busy in something else, assessing. Not like that. It comes through. Once or twice the teacher you may fool the master. Third time he will not. He'll kick you out. Shrunoshvavahito vidvan. Shrunoshvavahito vidvan. Yanmaya samudiryate. Yanmaya samudiryate. Tadetat shuva. तदेतत् श्रवणात् सद्यो भवबन्धाद् विमोक्ष्यसे. O wise seeker, every time Krishna Bhagavan has used so many words for Arjun. Every time he has used, somewhere he has called him Parth, somewhere he has called Dhananjay, somewhere he has called Kaunteya. Each word has a certain resonance. What do you mean, sir? It means if someone calls you my darling, it will be your husband. If someone says mummy, word no, it's also calling you only, but it resonates in a different way inside of you. Someone says hello my sis, it's a different. Someone says beta, my child, suddenly you are a child to whoever is calling you. it will be mother or whatever. So every word has it resonates inside and brings out a certain. So here, every time Krishna says Partha, Dhananjaya, Kaunteya, and then he gives him the instruction. He wants that type of disposition in Arjuna so that that particular knowledge is available too. He is reminding Arjuna that he is not just a mere ordinary person, because each name has a meaning. Swami Paramananda has a meaning, Dinesh has a meaning, Seema has a meaning. See? So here he says, "O wise seeker." Now this is not to fatten him with ego. It's not to fatten him with ego. That, hey, wise seeker, oh, wise seeker. When I meet, I learned this from Swamiji only. He says, why you want to, instead of saying hi, hello, good I might, instead, he always calls anyone who's there. If it's a lady, he calls that lady Mata, mother. If it is a man, ha Mahatma ji, bolo. Oh, great one, tell me. No, I am not great. Okay, stupid fool. You must have heard that on the. Okay, no, Swamiji, how can you say? So first I told you you are a Mahatma, you didn't accept. Then what should I call you, donkey? No. People are not ready to accept their greatness. What can you do? But if they listen to it few times, Mahatma ji, no, Swami ji, Mahatma ji, Swami ji, kuch aur naam se, Mahatma ji, okay, now Swami ji is not going to change. If in the end they accept, and sometime in their life it will click. Yeah, Swami ji keeps telling me Mahatma ji, am I that great? And then he starts assessing life, is he really great or stupid? And suddenly he finds that he has done many great deeds. But by default, he only thinks about the negative, isn't it? This is what that one word Mahatma ji, Prabhu. Therefore, when you say, call Dinesh, you should say Pati Dev. Dev. So, here he says, O wise seeker, listen to me with great attention. Now, here, the final crunch is coming. Listen to me with great attention means be available 110%. Get the right purport of the words that I am going to utter. Do not create your own meaning of the words that you hear. No. See, this is possible. The right meaning is possible. Teacher is coming, the great master to whom the seeker goes. That master is coming from an inner experience of perfection. From that point he is speaking. And the student who has approached such a master like this one, not just Aragara Nathugara, this fellow, he is come with great inner purity. When inner purity and inner experience come together, communication takes place, the spark is transferred. The experience, transfer means not transfer through words. The teacher is saying what is given in the scriptures. But because the student, and he is not saying it just because it's not out of his mind. It is out, with that is the backing of his experience. So it has a different flavor when he speaks. And the student is at absolute poise, available, hanging on to every word. What it is his attention is also on what it is indicating rather than what the words are, what the word is implying. See? Then it's not that the teacher is creating, sending the spark from here like you watch in the movies, ting 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 ting, it goes to the other. No, that the word is the spark, and then because his attention is what it is implying, what it is indicating, the student becomes available to that experience in which the teacher is abiding. But that part that the seeker alone has to do. Teacher cannot do anything. Purification, the student alone has to do. Teacher cannot do anything. And therefore, listen to me with great attention, because by proper listening alone, you will be liberated from the bondage of bondage easily. Oh, really? Just by listening, I'll be liberated. That's very easy. Let's quickly find a realized master, go to him, and, Sir, what is body? Sir, what is liberation? The moment by the time you reach the third one, you say, Did you read Vivekachudamani and come? Huh? The flavor, the way it is asked is also different if it is your own contemplation. If it is coming from your own subjective analysis, then the way it comes across is also very different. You are not trying to impress the teacher by asking, oh, that student asked, in Prashna Upanishad, this 6 students asked six or a few different questions. And, oh, these are very good questions. These are the type of questions we should ask. And you go and ask a realized master. He will brush you aside. Just because you know what to ask because you are doing market research, Google research. It can be your eyes are the windows to your within. You can see if this person is sincere, if this person is asking the question because he wants to improve, because he wants, it is coming out of his contemplation. Listen to me with great attention. Be apt. This is the first stage in our Vedantic sadhana. What is the first one? Shravanam. So here it says, tad etad shruvanat sadyah bhavabandha vimokshase. So you can be liberated from this bondage of this world, of this samsara, by listening, attentively listening to the words of a realized master. You can be sitting at the feet of a realized master. Many people have sat with Shirdi Sai Baba and so many other Babas. How many have realized? Not everyone, isn't it? Yet, someone comes, Nisargadatta Maharaj, asked so many times, never goes once, clicks, comes back. No doubt. He must have been analyzing his life. He must have been doing something. Maybe you have gone to different, you have studied this scripture, that scripture, but here it is told that that at least one Shruti, means one Upanishad, if you have been an independent seeker or like Ramakrishna Paramahansa was all by himself, he had no guru in that sense, personal guru whom he could trouble. But when it came to wanting Nirvikalpa Samadhi, he called out to the divine, became available, and he did not send a letter to Totapuri Maharaj. He did not send a messenger to Totapuri Maharaj. He did not make a call to Totapuri Maharaj. Totapuri Maharaj came of his own accord that there is someone who needs guidance. This happens in life. Don't seek it. Yes, seek, but don't make a decision. This is the teacher. This is the person I'm going to study with. No. Let it appear in your life. Let it happen. So, Shravanam, listening attentively. I was telling this part. That a person may have gone to studied different scriptures, gone to different teachers, studied, but one Upanishad must be heard. You have done your own independent contemplations, but you must study one Upanishad from a realized master. And if you are available, the way the qualities are being told, if you are available, it is bound to click. All the roadblocks, they will be removed. Clarity will come. Because the subject is very, very subtle. It's beyond subtle, actually speaking. It's not even, the subject is not subtle. The subjective self, that is the subject, isn't it? You can't say it is subtle also. It is beyond gross, subtle and causal. So how are we going to? So therefore, listen to me with great attention, a great expectancy that what is going to come out of the mouth of the master is going to be, worth. I was going to worthless, not worthless. It is. No price can be put on it. Priceless. Thank you. Getting a block there. Huh? It's priceless. And therefore, you are at your best. You are absolutely alert. And that alertness at the body level, at the breath level, at the mind level. Body, breath and mind. All of them are in sync. You're forming no opinions. You're forming no concepts. You're absolutely available to the words of the teacher, of the master. That is attentive listening. If listened properly, the next two steps of reflection and contemplation not needed to be done. If listened properly. But majority of us are not at that point. We listen because this ego is there. No, I think there are some doubts. What is the doubt? I don't know, but there might be some. This is what we say, isn't it? And there might be some. As I start thinking about it, I look at it from all angles. Something will come up. It's like the monkey you throw him something, he keeps picking up. Very quickly they will all compete with each other and keep collecting it in their, what is this called? There's a word, they put it inside. Ta-da-da-da. Cow also does the same thing. She puts it, there's a sack here in the throat. Eats grass whole day, half day it will keep eating. Arey, kahan pach raha hai? It's collecting. And then when she's tired of biting, of walking around, she'll go and sit down. Monkey will also find one branch somewhere far away, and then take it out from the mouth and then start eating. The cow regurgitates it and then starts eating. Because we are coming from monkeys, no? That's why we do. We collect information, then we want to reflect on it. And where do we collect? Our sack is in our brain, mind. Collect the thoughts, and then that was a very interesting point that Swamiji said, or Vivekachudamani said. It's worthy of contemplation. When I go home tomorrow morning, when I get up, I will contemplate on it after the puja, after I have taken shower, after all this. See? Don't delay. What you are seeking is available right here and now, even as you are listening, even as you are talking, even as you are thinking. It's not somewhere far away. It cannot be caught in the future, it cannot be caught in the past, only in the present moment. And this is the moment. Be available. Be available to the master, to the teacher. That's what the teacher is impressing on the mind of the student, because by proper listening alone, you will be liberated from the bondage easily. Unless, if you take it like that, okay. Another way of looking at it is that step by step. What is that? Only when you are listening attentively, your mind, what you have listened to with by giving value, by giving it that what is coming out of this scripture and teacher is worthy of knowing, then you will keep it, then you will reflect on it, and when you reflect on it, some thought in that reflection may take you into contemplation. If you contemplate regularly with the right frame of disposition, it will happen. It is bound to happen because it's already happened. It's already happened. Continuing. मोक्षस्य हेतु प्रथमो निगद्यते मोक्षस्य हेतु प्रथमो निगद्यते वैराग्यमत्यन्तमनित्यवस्तुषु वैराग्यमत्यन्तमनित्यवस्तुषु ततः शमश्चापि दमस्तितिक्षा ततः शमश्चापि दमस्तितिक्षा न्यासप्रसक्ताखिलकर्मणां भृशम् न्यासप्रसक्ताखिलकर्मणां भृशम्. He says, the first among the, now the teacher is, what did he say? Listen attentively. Listen with reverence. Listen with poise. Attentive listening is when unwanted thoughts are not there in your mind, you are absolutely in a relaxed poise, relaxed focus. Our understanding of focus is then headache. But this is called relaxed focus. Enjoy listening. Enjoy listening. Be in love with what you are going to hear. See? And that will only happen when you have reverence for the teacher and reverence for the scriptures, the words that are going to come out. Then alone it will make an impact, otherwise it does not make impact. So with that, and having prepared his mind, now he is telling what is required. The first among the means of liberation is extreme dispassion towards the unreal things. Kate kanta kaste putra bhaj govindam govindam bhaja mudamate. When scriptures are again and again banging on you, drop the possessions, drop the relations, drop the world, Don't give value and attention to the world. Give value to the truth. And still, after hearing, when you ask a question, answer comes out, but it is not seen in the life because it has not been practiced. So, intellectual knowledge is there, but abidance is not there in that. It has not been implemented in our daily life. That is where we are going wrong. So, here the teacher is telling that the first thing that you must inculcate within you is extreme dispassion for the unreal. What are unreal things? What is dispassion? Passion, dispassion. What is passion? An extreme desire to own the world or to possess the world. Extreme desire is passion, isn't it? Another word for it is lust for the world. Dispassion will be like from a balloon, the air has gone. What happened? Dispassion. So we sleep in the class also. Dispassion. You only said dispassion. Some dispassionate strengthen that, we do Vivek. Strengthen Vairagya. So both are What does it mean one without a second? Stay there. Truth is all pervasive. Sit with it. Don't come to a conclusion. If you come to a conclusion in your mind with a thought, acha, this is what it means, you have lost the plot. Bring all pervasiveness. Contemplate. Do mananam about it. Look at it from all different angles. What does all pervasive, just like I am pervading all the cells of my body, just like I am pervading all the people and all the five elements and all the minds of everyone in my dream. Oi, is that true like that? I am all pervasive in the waking also? You can't work it out. You are in the waking. Stop. Don't ask how. No answer. Just stop. Because you have an experience of all pervasiveness with the example of the dream. You have the experience of all pervasiveness with respect to all the body parts or the cells in your body. So you know what all pervasiveness means. Like the space is pervading the entire cosmos. So we have enough examples. Exactly like that. The waking also I am pervading. Stop. Don't come to a conclusion. Otherwise, another, what do you call, thoughts will start. And then when we think about it like this, initially we begin with thought, but it takes you to thought-free experience. That is the job of contemplation. And this type of thinking, here we are doing loud thinking. Right? We are doing loud contemplation. What is happening in this 1.5 hours that we are together? Have you had any thought of the world? Have you had thought of the children? Even if it has come, for a few seconds it's there and immediately you're back into the present moment. Isn't it? Can you sit for 1.5 hours by yourself so focused? Yes, with preparation it can happen, but if it is not happening, here we are doing loud contemplation. Like that, you have to increase your stamina by doing regularly and constantly contemplation. Don't think about meditation, do contemplation. Allow when your mind is free of all other thoughts and only with that one thought of the self or Nitya, Shuddha, one word, Nitya or Shuddha or Buddha or Mukta or Sat or Chit or Anand or Ekmevaditya or pervasiveness, etc., etc. So many different words which do not lead to any conclusion are given. Mind will go into meditation. Meditation is not an act. Meditation is not something to be done. Meditation must happen, and it must happen as a result of listening, reflecting, and you don't initially you may decide on contemplation, I want to contemplate on this or that, but if you do reflection correctly on whatever you have heard, automatically something will grab your imagination and mind will get stuck on it, which is transcendental in nature, and that will lead to meditation. That's how the abidance will come about. And again, exposure to this of your mind to such contemplations which lead you to meditations. Initially, it will be what are the dharana, dhyana, samadhi, or samadhi is of how many types? Shabdanuvit, Drishanuvit, Shabdanuvit, and then Nirvikalpa. So there is Savikalpa Samadhi and there is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi is with thought and Nirvikalpa Samadhi is without thought. So when we are contemplating and or we are doing japa also for that matter, and no other thought is appearing in our mind other than that mantra or that om or that aham brahmasmi, and you're thinking about it, it is Savikalpa Samadhi. It is Savikalpa Samadhi. Savikalpa Samadhi is like when you are going to sleep, before going into deep sleep, you are drowsy. When you are drowsy, you know you are drowsy. That sometimes you are going in, sometimes and again you are coming out. You are going in and coming out. You are going in and coming out. You know the world is still there. And sometimes if you have seen that when the deep sleep has not happened, only superficial sleep, your eyes are closed, but you know what is going on around because you have not fallen into deep sleep yet. At that time, you wake someone up, they get very irritated. I'm sleeping, why are you disturbing me? But they have not slept yet. But somewhere that thought of sleep also goes away and you go into deep sleep. Exactly the same thing happens in meditation also. Your contemplation is with a thought, and then that thought also drops away because there is nothing to every name must have a form. Sat doesn't have a form. Ekameva Dvitiya doesn't have a form. Infinity doesn't have a form. All pervasive doesn't have a form. Birthless doesn't have a form. Deathless doesn't have a form. They are just few of the words that you can take and sit with them. Huh? Then this will lead to supreme thought-free experience of the self leading to ultimate bliss. That is Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Hmm? And quickly we do the last one and conclude. यद्बोधव्यं तवेदानीं यद्बोधव्यं तवेदानीम् आत्मानात्मविवेचनम् आत्मानात्मविवेचनं तदुच्यते मया सम्यक् तदुच्यते मया सम्यक् श्रुत्वात्मन्यवधारय श्रुत्वात्मन्यवधारय. The discrimination between the self and the not self, which is worthy of knowing, shall be expounded by me for you. Having listened to this properly, let it become your conviction. So, conviction again. The teacher is the discrimination between the self and the not self. We, at the drop of a hat, what is discrimination between the self and the not self? What is discrimination? Viveka, discrimination between permanent and impermanent. What is discrimination between the real and the unreal? But what is unreal? You have to, information is power. If you don't know what the disease is, how will you remove it? Which medicine to take? So we must know what the unreal is. And the teacher is now going to expound that. It says, having listened to this problem, let it become your conviction. And he has already said before that by listening to this, I will answer and you will be free. What did he say there? He said, you will be liberated from the bondage by mere listening. But while listening, you have to apply, be subjective in your contemplation while you are listening. Your attention should not be just merely on the words. Let the mind think about the words. But your attention should be, all these words are talking about me. They are, be that. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So, from next class we get into the dissection of the gross body. Because we are going to talk about, there is nothing to talk about the real. Real is always. Let's talk about that unreal, which can be removed. That which is existing in its own absence. That which is continuously changing. So, let's see next week. Oh, Hari Om.